to another LSMN Press Box, our podcast here on LSMN. We're here to talk a little more sports outside of LISD. On this Friday, we were supposed to have an episode Wednesday. We recorded it for like 2 hours. It was a really good, really fun episode. Didn't end up actually getting the recording off because it corrupted. But anyways, we've got Aiden. We've got Sean. We'll be joined by Alex later to talk some wrestling and other things that we like to talk about with him. But let's kick it off with some NHL playoffs. We kind of already talked about a lot of these games on Wednesday, but since the people at home didn't get to hear any of that discussion, we've got a lot of things going on. We'll start off first. The Avalanche and Kings series. The Avalanche didn't look good in game 1 or 2. Get both 2-1 victories in game 1 and 2. Game 3, they get the 4-2 victory. They're about to sweep the Kings. Kind of sucks to be a King. What do y'all think?
Honestly, if I'm a Kings fan, I mean, I don't really think I would have been expecting to win, but they've stayed in it. They've looked competitive, but at the end of the day, like, the Avalanche are the Avalanche. But I will say, the Stars, assuming they close it out against Minnesota, I'm not scared of the Avalanche right now. They're not the team they were earlier this year, and I think we can all agree with that.
I can definitely agree with that. They started off really hot early in this season, but I feel like as the season progressed, more people have actually gotten adjusted to what the Avalanche are doing. So the Avalanche have, like, slowly digressed for their total point total. So, like, they're still a very good team. I would not underestimate the Avalanche at all, but I still think there are some problems that they have, mainly with their goaltending. What do you think?
I think I've been saying this all season, that the goaltending is the issue with the Avalanche. You have 2 A tenders, not a and a B. Like, if you go to look at the Stars, Ottinger's going to play every game in the playoffs no matter what.
Yeah.
And if you're the Avalanche, you've played Blackwood or Wedgwood, all a different game all year. It's more like a junior hockey system. And if one of the right now Wedgwood's getting the starts, but if he like starts to falter, maybe if he loses game 4 and it looks bad, in the back of his head, or is he thinking, are we going back to Blackwood?
I think that would mess with you because, like, like, if he has. Like, if Ottinger has one bad game in the playoffs, he gives up 4 goals in the first 2 periods. Like, okay, put DeSmith in, and he'll do fine in the third, hopefully. But he's not going to lose his net. But with Wedgwood, I feel like that would really bother him because he's going to be like, oh, I've done badly. Blackwood is, like, 95% of the goalie that I am. Like, this is probably his net now. And what if Blackwood starts doing bad? Like,
we saw it a few years ago with the Knights. They did the same thing. They couldn't. You never had a clue on who was
the Hill Thompson deal.
You never knew who was going to start a pivotal game, and so it caused them to actually play a little scared.
Yeah, and the Bruins in 2023 with Ullmark and Swayman. There was that big debate, and then everyone's like, "Oh, they're starting Swayman for Game 7," like. And it blew up in their face. That's a great point. I can't remember the last time there was a cup winner that didn't have a clear number 1, or that didn't have the 1A, 1B type system that, like, the Avalanche have had.
I don't know if there's been one. I can't think of a team that's ever had a goalie where it's like he's shaken. Could he come back?
Yeah, he could easily come
Maybe back. Like the 2010, 2011 Penguins, the way they got to the cup and won one of those.
Well,
they kind of had the thing with
they had Fleury
and
Murray, but it was it always felt like it was Murray's net in the play. Like, you go back and watch all those highlights in, like, 16 and 17 when they won their cups. It's always Matt Murray. Fleury hardly plays, which I thought was strange. But
Murray, I wasn't even going Matt Murray and Fleury. I was going Fleury and.
Oh, you're thinking like the 08-09?
Yeah, 08-09. 10,
11 was
whatever.
Bruins Canucks.
You're right. I'm an old man.
I can't
Time
think
blends
who the-
together.
I can't think of the backup.
But
in
that
09.
that was shaky too, and that's one of the reasons that in 16-17 Fleury became of shaky again or whatever, and it was like Fleury can't play in the playoffs even though he could.
Yep.
They just got shaky in front of him or anything like that. I think the same thing could happen to the Avalanche. I don't really want to play them after playing the Wild and the tough series that the Stars are in. But yeah.
Yep.
So we got also the Mammoth and Vegas, or the Golden Knights, if you want to go just names, Utah and Vegas. They are tied 1 apiece. Game 3 is tonight, I believe, correct?
Yep. 8:30.
Yeah, they get the late game this time around rather than us.
Yeah, thankfully.
So
yeah, we have the
there we go.
7 o'clock, I think, on...
It's
Or no,
4:30.
tomorrow's...
tomorrow's
4:30.
Monday is
Yeah.
the
The game
7.
I'm going to,
Thank
7.
goodness.
Yeah. It's because we're on like the off days
Yeah.
or whatever, so we can go back to a 7 o'clock start, so we don't have to stay up till midnight to watch.
Dude, it was
a
like
third
it
period
was like
game.
1 o'clock when the game was over
Oh,
the other
yeah.
night.
I believe it was 102 when the Wyatt Johnson goal was scored.
Yeah.
I remember the exact time, 7:50 and double overtime.
Yep, that's
There you go.
what it was.
But Mammoth having a fun series. I don't know if they can beat Vegas.
I think they can.
I think they
They
can
definitely
too.
can. Yeah.
Vegas-
Maybe. I mean, we are talking that this is the former Coyotes.
Yeah.
So
It-
that
it's
always
crazy
lingers
to think
around.
about that, but it's the Mammoth is it's a new, like that's kind of how it is. It's like this is a new team, right?
Technically.
Like they'll say like, oh, this is their first win in franchise history in the playoffs, and
It really
I think
isn't.
they've established their new identity. It's not the oh, let's go beat them up like Coyotes anymore. Like this is it's a young team. It's not full of a bunch of guys you've never heard of. Like they're
Well, I
They're
mean, when the Coyotes were in the playoffs, it wasn't guys you never heard of. It was the Shane Doan era, the Jeremy Roenick era,
Mike Smith.
the Mike Smith
Yeah, I
era.
I meant like the Coyotes as of recently because like
Oh, yeah,
Clayton
and
Keller,
when they-
that's about it.
I was
feel
about
like-
to say you better put respect on Clayton
Clayton Keller.
Keller's name,
Yeah,
but
absolutely, he's a great player.
yeah, but obviously it's the same way with like the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's, when years they matter, they have names everybody can name at home.
Yeah.
Years that they don't matter, they have no names. So it's the same thing going on there with Phoenix now, Utah. But yeah, I don't love how they like have dropped the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
like it's not a
They
thing
don't
anymore.
own the rights to Phoenix,
Yeah.
do they? Didn't the old owner keep
Keep it, and then
the history and
If
everything?
you look on Twitter, the Coyotes Twitter is
still
up,
active.
but
yeah.
it's not active, but it's still,
still
there.
up.
Well,
yeah.
it's the Montreal
Exposed.
Expos Twitter is still active.
I thought that was like a memorial, like Twitter.
I don't know what it is. I know they're real funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Then all the stuff they point out about the Expos not being around and things like that. But I think, if I remember correctly, why they say first playoff win in franchise history for Utah is because technically even though they were the Coyotes, they don't have a history to the Coyotes. I think the old Coyotes owner kept all the history.
Okay.
Because I think he still wants to come back.
That's weird.
I don't know how he's going to come back if he couldn't afford to pay his players or build a stadium, but
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
whatever. You got the Ducks Oilers.
It's a good,
The
good
Ducks
series.
look really good in that series. They're tied 1-1,
Yep.
heading back to Anaheim. And Connor McDavid doesn't have a point in that series.
Yeah.
2 games,
0 points.
0 points. It's a pretty interesting storyline of that one.
He'll heat up. It's going to be inevitable. He's not going to be held pointless throughout the entire series. It's Connor McDavid.
I
I
really
mean, will he? Like, what says he's going to heat up? Just because his name's Connor McDavid?
I still think he's a very good player, and I think that
I'm not saying he's not a good player. I just don't think he cares.
Yeah, if I was Connor McDavid, I mean, it's still the playoffs. I would maybe care a little bit, but like this team is the Oilers aren't going to win the Stanley Cup this year.
That's my thing.
It's not going to happen.
It's not like the past several years where it's like we could win a cup. We're not playing great right now, but we could win a
the
cup.
Stuart Skinner magic and like Tristan Jarry and Connor Ingram are not going to be your goalies and you win the Stanley Cup. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, even if they get out of this round with the Ducks, they're gonna run into Utah or Vegas.
Yeah,
and maybe get swept.
You're going to run into Utah, who's a fast, like I said, fast young team who will run circles around Edmonton, and then you've got what's the other? Who else could they face? Oh, the Golden Knights. Yeah, the Golden Knights. Obviously, a lot of firepower on them. So I just don't see a world where the Oilers get back to the conference final, let alone the Cup final.
I don't think they.
I don't think they
necessarily get past the Ducks.
No, I think the Ducks win
the
three of the next
defense
four.
is great for the Ducks.
Yep.
I know Gudis is not respected around the league by a lot of players.
Yeah.
But he's one of the reasons that McDavid has 0 points. Because every time McDavid's out there, Gudis is out there covering him.
Yep.
Even though Gudis can't keep up with him speed-wise, he's way more physical than anybody's ever been with Connor McDavid. And we've seen the examples of stars like this getting shut down by good defenders in somebody like Crosby going up against Carlson back in the day, or Crosby versus Ovechkin.
Yeah.
If Ovi played more of a defender role, those early battles. Sometimes the Capitals didn't win, but Crosby was held pretty scoreless.
I'll say for the Ducks, I'm worried about like their scoring, and I feel like their depth is solid, but like I feel like as they get into the later rounds, like it might not be great. Like if
I don't think they're a cup contending team.
I don't.
They're
You're not gonna
really young. You said Utah is young. I think Anaheim's even younger than Utah.
Oh yeah,
is.
if you look at it, I mean they are. I think they're the youngest in the league, but you're not going to get 2 goals a night from Ryan Poehling. Jackson Lacombe's great, but he's not going to give you 3 assists every night like the other night. But I mean, if Cutter Gauthier and Leo Carlson can have a big
What about
playoffs.
Mason McTavish?
Well, he's on the third line right now. I mean,
yeah, Mason McTavish.
Yeah.
I was confusing my McTavishes.
yeah, because
It's
I
there's
just
another
I worry a
McTavish on
bit about the
Buffalo.
depth scoring, but especially with a guy like Alex Killorn on your second line. I mean, Killorn's all right, but like
How old is Killorn now?
he's got to be like 37.
Yeah, he's pretty up there. I like having a depth guy that's older like that. The Stars have always kind of had somebody like that. You know, a Jason Spezza.
Now it's Jamie
somebody
Benn.
like that. Yeah, Ben is now on the third line.
Yeah.
I like Jamie on the third line.
Yeah.
I like a captain on the third line, gritty kind of vibes. But before we get back to the Stars, because I know Sean's itching to die about the Stars, or itching to talk about the Stars, we'll work over at the East. You got an interesting series between Boston and Buffalo. Buffalo takes game 3
Yep.
to come out on top in that series 2-1 after the big comeback in game 1.
Yeah.
I like Buffalo, but I have a feeling that they're gonna go 7 in that series.
Yeah. I think the Bruins, the next game, they have to get the crowd into it. They have to, like, the next game, they have to score first. And I think it's a must win, personally, because, I mean, if you lose, Buffalo's going to go back to their place.
And that place is rowdy.
Yeah, it's going to be 3-1, and Buffalo's going to want to finish it that night. You don't want to go back to Boston. So I think if Boston wins, what is it, tonight or no, it's
tomorrow.
Sunday.
At least tomorrow, or if not Sunday.
Yeah, okay, so
Because they played last night.
Buffalo wins the next game, it ends in 5. If Boston wins the next game, it ends in 7, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair take.
Not bad take. You got the same take over there, Sean?
I agree with him.
Okay. Well, we said this on Wednesday. Again, it didn't get recorded or anything, but we all said whoever wins that series has a little bit of an easy track to the conference final. Even if they go 7,
Yeah.
I think that whoever wins that is in the conference finals.
Yep.
Because Tampa Bay and Montreal are going to kick.
Yeah,
They're just beating
each
each
other
other up.
that's a 7-gamer.
They're tied 1-1. They play tonight.
Yep, 6 o'clock.
I don't know who's going to win that series.
Bell Center's gonna be
Rocking.
Yeah, they're excited. I mean, they were into it last year, but last year the Capitals were just kind of all over them. But
Yeah,
I think this year
they got a chance.
I think Canadians pull it off.
I
against the
think so
Lightning first.
too.
I think the Lightning's run of being like the A1 or A2 has to end at some point. Like they got to drop back, but I don't know how they keep being good. I mean, they keep finding these players out of nowhere, like Brandon Hagel. Like
Brendan Hagel is always good.
he was good, but he wasn't a 90-point player. I mean,
he wasn't allowed to be a
Blackhawks,
90-point
I
player.
guess, but I just don't like their development is world class.
John Cooper is a great coach. Now, he's not a good coach for Team Canada, but he's a great coach for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only coach in American hockey to have a NAHL Cup, which is the Robertson Cup, a AHL, which is the Calder
I think it's the Calder.
Cup, and then a Stanley Cup. Only coach to ever do that in American hockey history, even though he's a Canadian.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. He did all 3 with Patrick Maroon, too, which is kind of a fun stat.
Yeah.
Patrick Maroon.
I hate Patrick Maroon because of his time on the Blues, but it's a fun stat. But yeah, he does a really good job developing, and as long as Vasilevsky can play like Andrei Vasilevsky, they're always gonna win. It's not like the Panthers who struggled this year, where you're getting production from your goaltender.
Yeah.
He just can't score. The Lightning are getting production from their goal scorers and their goalie, and it's always going to be their goalie getting production.
Honestly, I feel like this might be like, in terms of top end talent, I think this is the most that John Cooper's ever had with the Lightning.
I don't know about that.
I know he used to have like Stamkos, right? But now you have Point, Kucherov, Hagel, Sorelli, Gensel. I guess Hedman's not playing, but you've had crazy seasons from Darren Radish. J.J. Moser's a star now. Ryan McDonough's always been really good. Eric Chernak's really good. The third pair of Carlisle and Lilleberg is good too. And then the fourth line, you have Corey Perry, who can still score. Like, I think this is the most talent he's
I don't know. I think 2020 they had a stacked
I'd
team.
have to go look back, but
Because I think in 2020 you still had Martin St. Louis playing.
He didn't.
No.
No,
Did
he
you
was
not?
long
I do
gone
not
by
remember
then.
He wasn't long gone.
He
So
played
he's not
last
that
in like
old.
2015.
Yeah, like with the
No.
Rangers.
Yeah, when he was with the Rangers.
He's not that old.
Because he was like 40 years old and he scored the OT goal
Against
on Mother's
Montreal.
Day. Yeah. You remember like the one, he was in like the right circle.
And
He does the leg kick and fires it past Carey Price.
Yeah, it was 3. It took.
And then they lost to the Kings in the Cup final.
Yep.
He was like bald by then, I think.
Bald.
He's not bald as a coach.
Yes, he is.
Martin St. Louis, he has hair.
Pretty sure he's
Literally, I
bald.
can tell Alex to pull up a picture of him right now. Put it behind you.
Okay,
He
here,
has
let's
hair
look.
as a coach
the
for
2020
the Canadians.
Lightning. You've got Tyler Johnson on line 1, okay?
One guy I wanted the Stars to trade for forever.
Oh, that's not even... Braden Points... This is the wrong thing, bro. What the heck? All right, I'll just go to the list. I like looking at the lines because it kind of gives you a better picture, but... All right. You had Kucherov, Point, Stamkos, Hedman, which that's great already. They still had Sergachev at that point. They had Carter Verhaeghe that year, which is a sneaky Lightning player. Not a lot of people know about, I feel like. But I think the depth might have been better that year because you had guys like... I mean, they still have Gord. They got Gord back, but you also had guys like Bogosian and I guess Jan Ruda and Paquette, if you want to say, but maybe I'm just rambling over here. But I feel like this is the best top-end talent that Cooper's had.
I don't know. He got 2 cups with him already without top end
That
talent.
was Vasilevsky.
But I think this is a
super
worse team than maybe it's just because the competition's more from
Oh yeah.
Montreal. I think it's a worse team than he's had in a long time. Down there in Carolina, you got a 3-0 lead over Ottawa, who don't seem to stand a chance with Olmark. I don't know if it's his fault. I don't know if it's the fact that Ottawa can't score. Ottawa looked like an exciting team coming to the playoffs.
They're in
now,
these games. I don't
now
know what's
they're
up.
basically done.
Yeah. It's sad to see, and I hate it. I like Brady Tkachuk as a player, and obviously like what he's done for Team USA is amazing. But like, I feel for him. The Senators need more than what they have now. They need another star. Like,
Well, they used to have one, but he got suspended.
who?
The kid they had to kick off the team and trade to Philadelphia. I can't think of his name, but
Yeah, it was like something with gambling, was it not?
yeah.
Shane
Yeah.
Pinto?
Yeah, Pinto.
He's still there.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he only got suspended for
half the season.
yeah. He's back.
Is he playing?
Yeah, he's the
thought he got
third. He's
traded.
the third line center.
Okay, I thought he got traded.
Yep.
My bad. Well, they had a little bit of him, maybe him taking a whole half season off.
It's a
hurt.
good team, but it's only a wild card team. Like, you can't have Ridley Gregg as your second line.
Well, is
left
Olmark
winger.
really like a cup winning goalie either?
That's another thing. Like, is Olmark as good as we think he is? I don't know. And their defense, like outside of Sanderson and Shabbat and Spence, it's really bad in my opinion. But I don't know. I just they need to do more. They need to make a splash. They need to get another scorer. They need to get another steady defenseman.
I think they're going to be the A's of the mid 2000s, or they're in like the late 2010s, where they're gonna be a wild card,
Yeah.
or maybe sneak in as like
Yeah.
just the last division clinching person.
I'll say though.
But they're not going to spend any money. They're just going to keep people
Yeah.
around.
Well, they're missing Jensen Zub right now, which is pretty important for their defensive depth. But I mean, sometimes sometimes you just got to win with what you have.
Yeah.
Like the Stars last year won a series without
Robertson or Haskin.
two of their top 3 guys, like against the Avalanche. Like sometimes you just have to make it work, and like sure you could say like, oh, they're not at full strength, and they're not, but. Like I said, you have
nobody's at full strength.
Yeah,
in
nobody's
the
ever
playoffs,
at full strength. You have to
because you
make
have to
it
go
work.
through 82 games, everything like that. But yeah, Ottawa, see you later. Maybe not a sweep. You might get one
I think
at
they'll
home.
like last year against the Leafs.
They'll win 2 and then lose in 6.
They'll maybe it'll be competitive. They'll win 1 or 2, but at the end, Ottawa Carolina pulls ahead.
Yeah. Another 3-0 series down there in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
That one's not even a contest anymore.
it's sad, honestly.
And count that up, chop it up, whatever I'm trying to say there. As soon as that brawl started,
yeah,
that fired the Flyers up like no other. I mean, they literally recreated the scene out of Mighty Ducks 2
Yeah.
with the Bash Brothers celebrating in the penalty box.
that was so cool. Like they're all standing because they don't have enough space and they're just jumping around. That
You
was
got
awesome.
Zegras coming over and banging on the glass after he scores the goal. All that. They've won that series. They're moving on. They're looking at Carolina.
They're finishing it tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
And it's sad because Crosby and Malkin, I think this is their last chance.
unless they split up.
They need to bring Malkin back.
Yeah, unless
to have
they
another
split up
run.
and go separate ways, this is the last chance for both of them in Pittsburgh.
I mean, you got 3 cups, which is great, but both of them have been silent this year. I mean, I figured the magic that they kind of had this year would run out. Like you got crazy seasons from Anthony Mantha and Yegor Chinikov. Like eventually your scoring was gonna run out. Like they don't have like that second layer of scoring that I feel like every team should have, and it's shown. And they've gotten frustrated, and they're not doing anything with their frustration. They're just dying basically. Well, I mean, what have you seen, Sean? I mean, for me, it's just it's over. I don't see how Pittsburgh comes back.
Honestly, I thought this was the most disappointing series of the first round. I honestly thought Pittsburgh and Philly was going to be a fun contest where they'd swing back and forth. It'd go to a Game 7. But unfortunately, no. Pittsburgh has severely disappointed me. I thought they'd win more. I thought they'd at least keep it competitive.
Yep.
Honestly, I think they will get swept. And honestly, I feel like it's about time you just focus on probably rebuilding for a Crosby and Malkinless era of Pittsburgh.
And I mean, once they leave, I mean, they're gonna be really bad.
They have a decent AHL squad.
Well,
They've got some young kids that they've drafted recently as like Crosby and Malkin's replacements, but it's gonna take a few years to get them up to the quality they are because they're not drafting a Crosby. It's not like they
next one.
It's not like there's a name out there necessarily.
Well, I thought they were gonna.
That's gonna do that.
I thought it was gonna be like the tank for McKenna deal this year. Like Pittsburgh was not supposed to be good this year, but I mean, credit to Kyle Dubas, he's done a great job. But I mean, I guess not a good enough job.
They even if you tank, you're not guaranteed with the lottery.
Yeah, the lottery.
I don't like the lottery.
Yeah,
because of that.
It should
but
be
I also
like it should be the NFL.
So where like the worst record
up.
gets. So yeah, then it would be Vancouver #1, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Easily, yeah.
But I don't like the NFL too because like teams like the Raiders can just put a team out there that they know
won't
will
win.
never win, and you're taking it away from your fans.
You know
now the
what's
fans have to
crazy?
realize it and recognize it, but
The Jets have never had the #1 pick.
yeah.
The New York Jets. That's crazy for as
Well, it's because they always like win like too many games or whatever. They win 3 games.
They win just one, too many. But yeah, that's football. I mean, do we want to talk about the Stars now? I know Sean's probably
we'll talk about the Stars. We got game 4 coming up tomorrow night, 4:30. The Stars up 2-1 after a 4-3 come from behind overtime win in Minnesota in game 3.
Yep.
The big talking point, Wyatt Johnson, a power play goal. If you're a Minnesota fan, they say too many penalties called. If you're a Dallas fan, there's still a lot of calls not going our way.
Yeah,
it was
that
like
could
50.
be called.
There were 15 power plays.
Yeah.
It was 8-7. The Stars had 8, but
They scored more. They had 3 power play goals. The Wild only had 1.
And 2 of those power plays
in
shouldn't have
overtime.
been called for the Wild. Like the one high sticking that Robo committed that led to a goal.
Yep.
His stick was lifted. Yeah, it's technically the rule. But Spurgeon threw it into his own face.
Yeah.
Like literally kind of grabbed it with his stick, threw Robo's stick into his face.
Yeah.
And then the other one of Miko, the trip, that wasn't a trip. He hit the guy in the knees. That's not tripping.
yeah.
Both of those, but
There's
if you ask
so-
Wild fans,
So
they
much
think
complaining. I mean,
they think that the Stars are cheating the way through this thing.
The Wild had their own chances. Like early in the overtime, they had 2 power plays they could have scored, especially with that late one committed by Ben.
do y'all know who the hockey guy is on YouTube?
Yes,
Like the old guy. He's like he does these recaps and he's always like he said about 10 times during the Stars Wild, he was recapping the Stars Wild. He's like, "Oh, the fans called a penalty, but the refs didn't." Like he said that like 10 times, and I'm like, yeah, that's how the game was. The crowd was just angry the whole time. Like they were like, "Oh, refs, you suck!" Like he just
They were chanting that like 2 minutes into the game.
yeah. After the Stars got the goal,
Yeah,
like, what do you want them to do? The power plays were even, and like. Oh, too bad you can't score. Like you have a loaded power play. There's no reason you can't score.
Yeah,
2 or 3 out of every 7 of them.
well, they did. They scored 3 goals on
No,
the
they
power
scored
play.
1. It was 1 for 7.
Oh, am I thinking game 2 where they
Game
scored 3
one?
goals or
Johan-
game 1?
Yeah,
Game 1. Yeah, there you
Johansson
go.
had the power play goal the other night, but it was Eriksson Ek had the even strength one, and then McCarron had that fluky one from the blue line.
All right,
basically.
crazy question.
What?
Weirdest question I'll ask you ever on the history of Press Box.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Is Marcus Johansson Is his name Johansson or is it Johansson? Because when he was a Capital,
They called him
correct me if
Johansson.
I'm wrong. Yes. Okay, I was literally telling this to my fiance. She's just looking at me like I'm crazy. She's new fan to hockey. She's just like, okay, honey, whatever, kind of vibes. But I was losing my mind because on the Capitals, he was Marcus Johansson.
Yep.
Now he's Marcus Johansson. And did he correct somebody?
Well, he's not.
Did he change his name?
He's not.
What happened?
He's not. Is Ryan Johansson is American, right? As far as I'm concerned, American
sure.
Canadian, but like that's Johansson. That's how it looks like it should be said. But like Johansson's from like Sweden, I think. Like
Yeah.
I would think that's how it's
Yeah.
like the Capitals commentator, who's always like he knows everybody. He's an expert on everybody. He would always call him. He'd be like Marcus Johansson, right?
Right.
And I'm like, that's how I'd always known. And then John Forsland's like, oh, Marcus Johansson. I'm like, that just it doesn't look right.
Well, it's been all year too since he got to Minnesota.
Yeah.
They have called him Johansson, and I'm like, I don't think that's right. Like, I think he's missing an umlaut or something.
Well, with the
I just
two-
wanted to
the
make sure
two-
I wasn't the only one that was crazy.
No, the two S's, like that's. I feel like that means it should be different. Like that.
I know it's different in German. I don't know
Yeah.
about Swedish or anything, but in German, two S's is a letter. It's just like Spanish with a double R.
Marcus Johansson.
Yeah, it's the Han. Yeah.
So I don't know where they're getting Johansson from.
Hey, I've got I do play-by-play for Tier 3 hockey. It's guys trying to get into D2, D3 schools. If they're lucky, get into D1 college unless they get called up to a Tier 2 hockey team, something like that.
Yeah.
And people have said, you're not pronouncing my son's name right or anything like that. I can't believe it. NHL has a disparaging name somewhere out there
Yeah.
in this, but it blows my mind. Anyways, back to the series. All the Otter haters, Mr.
silent.
Aiden
Yeah.
McGee.
I'm not a
being one of
hater. I
them.
was just he had a really bad stretch at one point this year, and I'm a fan. I like Jake Ottinger. He's a great dude, and I want him. Obviously, I want him to do great because he's our guy. But not last night, the other night, fantastic. Like those were up. The McCarron goal was bad. The other two he couldn't really do anything about. But I mean, outside of the McCarron goal, like fantastic job.
I don't even know if the McCarron goal is bad.
It was just a great shot. I mean,
It's a
Yeah.
good shot. It's just like the Robo shot to make it 2-0 in that game.
Yeah.
I think Ottinger
that was just a great shot.
I think Ottinger was just caught off. He was probably expecting just like a
in?
muffin into his chest, basically, and instead McCarron just picks the top shelf.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him come down. I saw McCarron come down the ice. I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna do some stupid crap and score a goal here. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Like,
and considering that was after like all that weird fling of Dallas power plays that they had, it kind of infuriated me.
I thought the game was over, to be honest. Like, I'm a huge I'm a very emotional fan, and like a lot of times I can tell when the Stars aren't gonna win, and this is one of those games. I'm like, okay, the vibes are just terrible. We're not gonna win. And
Going
dude,
off vibes.
I got so excited when Duchesne scored that goal to tie the game. I was like, I had to be quiet because I'm staying with my
Everybody
grandma.
did, yeah.
I'm staying with my grandma this weekend, so I'm upstairs in the guest bedroom. I'm like, yeah, like I was so pumped up, like it was relieving because like obviously you don't want to have to rely on the empty net, but yeah, I was proven wrong. They fought, and the penalty kill I think
was much better.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Radek
Great.
Fox was incredible.
Did you see the stat that came out after the game? There was 0 chances for the Wild within
With that
8
little- that
feet.
little diamond?
The diamond.
I think
It's
they
8
had a lot of
feet.
chances that missed the net though from
Yeah,
that.
like
like
that-
the
No,
Kaprizov-
they weren't within 8 feet. They were slightly out of that 8 feet zone.
Yeah.
That 8 feet zone's like called the doorstop or something like
The
that by
danger zone.
experts.
yeah.
But that little diamond around the crease, that area, the really really low slot.
There were
There
some
was 0 chances.
really close because like there was Kaprizov on the goal line,
overtime,
and
yeah.
then I don't know if you remember the one where it was up in the air and Bobby Brink like bats it out of the air, but it goes just wet. Like there were
again, it's a diamond because on the side of the net doesn't count actually for
'Cause
that,
it's a
that
hard
8
angle.
feet because it's like 0 angle.
That's the dry sidle.
Yeah.
That's his danger
Yep.
zone.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, there were like the Boldy breakaway in the third period. That would have been a chance there, but it was who back checked? Was it Rantanen that back checked?
No, it was Fosca.
Foxa?
I don't remember,
The
but
Fox.
that would have been I thought it was game over when I saw him
It
moving
was
on in like that.
Reddick.
Yeah, Reddick Fox has been amazing this year.
He has been pretty heroic in this series, especially there in Game 3. A couple big defensive plays. He is one of my favorite stars of all time. I have his jersey for a reason.
Yep.
I was talking about this on Wednesday on the podcast that didn't get recorded, quote unquote. I want a Blackwell jersey because he made me so excited for his Game 2 winner last year versus the Avalanche.
Yeah.
And he's just awesome to watch play, and that hit
On Trennan.
on Trennan.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Need a Blackwell jersey.
Yeah.
I already have a Foxa. I can't ever say his name, but I love Radek Foxa. But I have his jersey because he's one of my favorite stars ever. The line that I used to call it the dyslexic line. I was probably the only person that called it this, but when it was him and Antoine Roussel.
Oh, God.
So it was 12 and 21.
Yeah.
That's why I called it the dyslexic line, because
Yeah.
you could just stick whoever you wanted in at center, but Rui and Foxa hanging out on the edges. I know Foxa is now playing center, but that was one of my favorite lines in Stars history.
Yeah.
I called it the dyslexic line.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So we all, I think, on Wednesday concluded we think this is done in 6.
I think it's done in 5.
Done in 5.
That's my
Changed your tone.
No, I said 5.
Did
I
you
think.
say 5 on Wednesday?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I
I
did.
still think it'll end in 6. I think they'll lose Game 4. It'll go 2-2. It'll head Game 5 in Dallas, and they better win Game 5 in Dallas.
Usually always win Game 5 in Dallas.
And Game 5 in Dallas, I think they'll win, and then in Game 6 they'll finish off the Wild.
Yeah, it's honestly I don't know, just something about it. I feel like the Wild, they got really frustrated, and like who knows, they could take that and run with it the rest of the series. But I mean, they're missing Zuccarello, they're missing Trennan. Like Quinn Hughes has to run out of battery at some point.
He played what, like 45
he played
minutes?
like an hour. It
was crazy.
Yeah, and he's over there on the bench, like crying and screaming, like we don't ever see him. Like I think the Wild haven't faced a challenge like this year. Like Game 1, like we talked about on Wednesday actually. It was like the Stars always play it as like a feel it out
game.
That's why they always lose, and I think that's obviously true in this series. They got their doors
Absolutely.
blown off. They figured out what they needed, and they've done great. And I think they win the next 2. Because I mean, if you win tomorrow night, you're up 3-1, and you're going back home. Like that's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They won in 5 versus the Avalanche last year?
No.
Or was
No,
that 6?
Last year was 7 against the Avs.
Oh, are you talking like the game itself or the series?
The series. They
7.
went full 7, did it?
Last year was 7.
Because
am I
Rantanen had the
Oh,
first
that's
like
right.
natural Game 7 hat
That's
trick.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, with
The season before
The season before
was
Six.
like this one. They got their doors blown off.
Yeah.
They
1-2,
yeah.
then lost Game 4, and then won the last 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You could be.
No, they lost game. They were up 3-1. They lost Game 5.
Yeah, that's what they lost. Game 1. They lost. Yeah, they
Yeah,
lost.
2024 they
That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Shane
The Shane-
sliding down the
the
middle
Duchesne
of the
heart-
ice.
heartbreaker. Yeah, in Game 6. Yeah,
But I was thinking of
where they won
7.
3-1 in
There you go.
overtime.
2-1.
No, they won 3-1 in overtime.
Oh yeah, because that crappy call on
Dude,
the interference that
Yeah.
was so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was a frustrating.
That's 2
one,
years
but
ago
it was
though,
a great
so
win.
it doesn't matter now.
I'm blending it all together.
Yeah, it's easy to do that.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll kick it off. That's our NHL coverage. We'll move it on down to some NFL coverage from last night. Big night with the NFL draft. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all kind of agree with me on this? it was the least hyped draft in a long
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
They're good players, but it's not like the stacked drafts that I feel like we normally expect.
Did it feel like you haven't seen many commercials about it, many
No,
things about it, unless you're turning on like SportsCenter at every day or kind of thing. They're reminding you the draft.
I always know that it's around this like April 25th date or whatever, but like I mean normally like when I'm like at work, I'll have a friend like update me on it because like I really cared about it. But like this year, I'm like, I don't really care until the Cowboys pick. And if we want to transition to the Cowboys, I like what they did last night. That was trading up to. I mean, people are like, "Oh, why would you trade 2 fifth-round picks or whatever?" But I'm like, those players probably don't even make the roster, or just really hard projects that they're going to have to work on. Instead, you trade up. You know you're going to get your guy. And Caleb Downs, well, I heard someone on ESPN, they were like, he's one of the most talented in the draft, probably like top 2. He's just at a position that's not really needed that much. And then this Lawrence guy, who I've admittedly never heard of, when they picked him, I'm like, who is that, right? But I've heard great things, and he seems like he's very dedicated. And that great little boost to the defense to start the year.
Yeah. Sean, you kind of reacted when he wanted to talk about the Cowboys. Did you want to talk about something else?
I want to talk about the Chiefs because I follow the Chiefs more than I do about the Cowboys. So.
What'd you think of that trade?
The first trade, I think, was to the Browns. I thought that was fine. They gave up 3 picks to move up and get at a position that they desperately needed in a cornerback. They got the guy from LSU, which I think, I think he'll be a good replacement for Trent McDuffie. And then the other guy they drafted was from Clemson. He was an offensive lineman, I think. Or is he a tackle? I still think it'll be a
offensive lineman.
It's the same thing.
Tackle guard. Peter Woods is a defensive tackle.
Yeah, okay. And I think it'll be good.
D lineman.
I still think the Chiefs really need to focus on offensive linemen so they can protect Mahomes.
Yeah, I can't have
Mahomes.
Is he going to be ready to go?
I think maybe.
According to him, he is.
Yeah.
According to the Chiefs, he won't be.
The ACL
but
timeline is getting quicker and quicker every single year.
It just depends on how dedicated you are to the recovery. Because, Alex and I could talk about it for WWE. There's guys in WWE recovering from crazy injuries that are like a year-long injury type thing, and they're back in 2-3 months, and you're like, how?
Yeah.
So I think we've we always have the development of injuries from developing too hard, going like all the muscles that we do now and everything with like players.
Mahomes is doing all that like moving around in the pocket, scrambling around, which like to his point, like need to get an O-line so he doesn't have to.
I feel like they should.
I think they've also developed ways to recover from these surgeries a lot easier, a lot faster.
I feel like they should still let Mahomes rest for game 1 and put in Justin Fields and see how he does. Maybe he can be a good backup for Mahomes in case.
I don't hate it. I mean, it's not a lost season, I don't think, but
as long as you get Mahomes back by like November, you could always turn it around.
I think Fields can hold his own. Fields is not a starter in this league, but I think he could. He's not the same player as Cooper Rush, but like the same idea, like good backup, but you don't want to measure your starter.
I disagree, actually.
Really?
I think Fields has never been given a chance to be.
That is fair, yeah.
Because Chicago never developed anybody.
Yep. And then the Jets is self-explanatory.
The Jets are the Jets. Look at what they did in the draft. It's laughable.
Yeah.
What they did last night in a weak draft class, too. That what they did was just weird as all get out. But I think Fields, if he could even be remotely close to what he was in college, he has a big arm. Which, just college, like Mahomes,
he thrived in college.
He's very mobile. So if the offensive line isn't as good as it can be, with like some new picks and things like that, he could really thrive in that offensive system, especially if you have some top tier guys to throw to, like the Chiefs seem to be getting. I don't know. It's always iffy with
Worthy. You've got you never
You
know
got an
what
aging Kelsey.
You never know what Rashid Rice is going to be up to.
if he'll be available. Yeah,
Xavier Worthy will be there. He's got great speed, but I think he needs to turn a corner.
he needs to catch better.
Yeah.
He catches everything like against his body. It's kind of like an early Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Like you're not guaranteed to get a catch. They need like a George Pickens type player there
Just
in
a steady
Kansas City.
guy.
And maybe they go get somebody this draft. I don't know. There's not, again, it's not very big draft class, very weak draft class. But you've got some top level receivers out there.
Yep.
A few of them went last night. But yeah, I think the Chiefs could do something. I really, like you said, I loved what the Cowboys did, actually. I've never been a Cowboys fan, really. I know I'm wearing a Emmitt Smith jersey, but I've always had a very big disdain for Jerry Jones.
Me too.
I think most fans in Dallas feel that way about Jerry. They just choose to ignore it or whatever for the Cowboys. But I've always been more of a I like this guy from college type fan. And so I liked certain teams because they had my favorite college players or things like that. I actually know the Hunt family. I know the wrong side of the Hunt family. I know the side that owns the FC Dallas.
Yeah.
But I always use it as an excuse that I could like the Chiefs, so I have some Chiefs gear. I like going to New Orleans. Never been to a Saints game, but I've found 2 or 3 jerseys for real cheap in New Orleans on sale. Like I have a CJ Spiller jersey for the Saints because they traded him away while I was in New Orleans. I also have a it was a tight end that got traded to Seattle for the Saints. He was
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham. I have Graham's jersey because I was in New Orleans the day they traded him. And so all the shops are getting rid of them for like $40 or whatever, so I can grab that, and I love that. So I've always been around the Cowboys, grew up in Dallas, but never really been a big fan. But last night kind of made me want to be a fan of the Cowboys a little bit because of the way they treated the draft. I've never liked trading with a individual rival like they did with the Eagles, but to go out, trade up to get Caleb Downs to guarantee you get your guy, even though it was only one spot, guarantee we're picking our guy. Because if you heard the story about
the Eagles and Steelers,
the Eagles and Steelers with Malachi Lemon,
they stole their wide receiver.
Yeah, the Steelers were on the phone with Malachi Lemon saying we're picking you next,
and then the Eagles
trade up with the Cowboys and call Malachi Lemon to tell him he's traded by the Eagles or drafted by the Eagles, and they can't get a hold of him because the Steelers are still on the phone with him. Which is crazy.
I'd seen a lot of things. People were like, "Oh, why would you give the Eagles the best wide receiver in the draft?" Like, Jalen Hurts still has to throw the ball to him. Like, why are we getting so excited? Back to the episode.
I hate
one,
Josh
Jalen
Allen.
Hurts.
You hate
I hate Jalen Hurts.
Should I find a quarterback to hate on so we have a trio of quarterback haters?
Might as well, right? It would work out pretty well. But I don't know if Malachi Lemon is the best receiver in the draft. He's the fastest.
I can't name another receiver, honestly, that's in the class. Like,
it's the kid that went to
the Saints.
The Saints.
Yeah, Arizona State.
He's at Arizona State. If he can stay healthy,
I forgot about
he's
him.
one of the best.
Yeah,
Jordan Tyson.
Yeah,
he's one of the best receivers in college last year. If he can stay healthy, he's injury prone. It's like every other game with him, but he's can jump over anybody. It's like they always talk about can jump out of the gym in basketball. He could do that.
Yeah,
catch any ball. Casey Concepcion from A&M
to the Browns.
He was really good.
Yep.
He went just after Lemon down there. Lemon 20th. He was drafted 24th. I think the Cowboys might have been looking at him day 2.
Yeah.
If they could have snuck back in there.
It would be nice
but
to get
the fact that the Browns took him. Can't do anything with that.
It would be nice to get an extra wide receiver, not just as a a number 3 this year, but insurance in case Pickens doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what you do. I talked about this on Wednesday. The franchise tag is just awful, and it wastes so much money and stuff because you have to sign them at that ridiculous amount per season for a 1-year deal, and you don't even guarantee that you'll be here next year unless you franchise tag him again, which, as we know, is not something that Jerry wouldn't do. He would just keep franchise tagging you until you stop or whatever, until you decide to get out of here. He kind of did with Zeke until Zeke decided I'm good and left or whatever. But yeah, get a receiver if you can. If you're the Cowboys day 2 here, they needed help at defense, and they actually got help at defense. Malachi Lawrence, maybe a little bit of a stretch of a pick.
Yeah,
you could have possibly gotten him round 2, but the way the edges were going in the draft, like Reuben Bain 15,
pretty quick.
Akeem Mostert just went before the Cowboys could pick.
Yeah.
So you had to get the edge because you needed one.
Yeah.
So they went and got Malachi Lawrence. Works out pretty well.
Yeah. The pass rush has to improve for sure.
I think it will. You got Malachi Lawrence now. Caleb Downs is a safety that can guard, but he can also pass rush for you.
That's great.
Which is really nice. You've got full season of Williams this year.
Yeah, and Kenny Clark.
So you can do a lot with that offensive or defensive line for the Cowboys. And if you look around the rest of the division, nobody's bolstered their offensive line.
No,
I mean, Washington went linebacker. The Giants, they got an offensive lineman, kind of, but it was at a position they already have a All-Pro at.
Yeah.
So is he going to play? Are they going to put him on the opposite side? Are they going to start him over? Are they going to move somebody to a guard?
Yeah,
maybe it bolsters, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a pick for more next year, not this year kind of thing. And we all know the Eagles got wide receivers, so no offensive line there.
Yep.
So the division looking weak at offensive line.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys are looking better on defense.
Yep.
The only thing they need day 2 really outside of a wide receiver, corner.
Yep.
They need some corner help.
Yeah.
That's always been an issue with the Cowboys.
Someone will get hurt or someone underperforms, and you're left with guys you've never heard. Like they'll it seems like every year somebody will go down or play bad, and then they sub in this new guy, and I'm like, who the heck is Andrew Booth? Like, who is this guy? Why does he suck? Like, they just need to figure out a consistent core. I don't know why they ever let go of Gilmore. I thought he was great with us.
He was old, right?
Yeah, he was pretty old. But I just wish Diggs could have not gotten hurt and he would have worked out, because I mean, before he got hurt, he might have given up a lot of big plays, but he was getting interceptions. He was playing good defense for the most part. Deron Bland is injury prone too. I mean, it sucks, but you got to find a way around it, and hopefully they can load up on secondary help in days 2 and 3.
Yeah. The big 3 talking points were the Cowboys doing well, the Jets doing whatever the Jets are doing, because if you look at what the Jets did, they have one of the worst defenses, just like the Cowboys last year.
No interceptions.
One of the worst defenses in history. No interceptions on a season. And they take an edge rusher, and you're like, okay, that helps the defense. Doesn't really help the secondary, which is where you needed help. But, you needed a new defensive lineman. Go get David Bailey. Sure. David Bailey seems like a bit of a reach at number 2. For what he did at Tech, but he was really good at Tech.
I don't think there was a clear-cut number 2, to be honest.
I don't know, but then they come back into the first round down there at 16, and they take a tight end.
Yeah,
and a tight end that's not even a tight end because he can't block. He's a wide receiver. He's going to play wide receiver basically. And then they come back into the 30 spot as well, and they take another wide receiver, an Omar Cooper Jr. And Omar Cooper Jr. good with the first overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, but he wasn't good the year before that.
No.
And I don't know if he'll be good now.
Yeah,
Like, he's a big body, but I don't see him being a star wide receiver or anything like that.
I don't get what the
And
Jets are
that's
doing.
not what they need help with. They're not
They
going to
need
win
help.
with Geno Smith.
They need help everywhere.
They
Like, let's
need
be
help
honest.
everywhere. That's right. They're not going to win with Geno Smith as the QB.
They are along.
And they
3
needed
years at
way more
least.
defensive help.
Yeah.
Especially with their coach being a defensive-minded coach.
Well,
And they go out and draft 2 wide receivers, basically.
And Aaron Glenn said that, like, they wanted. It says right here at ESPN, it says it was critical to draft players with winning pedigrees, which, like, okay, I understand, but, like, the Jets, you think about winning pedigree, like, where has that been the last 60 years? Like, it's just, it's not a thing.
I don't know. Also, a team that needs help at every position.
Yep.
And something that made absolutely no sense. The 3rd overall pick, the Cardinals
Took Jeremiah Love.
take Jeremiah Love in, I think, one of the worst draft picks ever.
I think
Yeah.
he's a bit overrated.
I think he's very overrated. I think Jeremiah Love is one of the worst running backs to ever be drafted in the first round. I really don't like Jeremiah Love. I don't think he's as good as everybody says he is.
Yeah.
But
I still don't understand why they took him the 3rd overall. I feel like he was going to be like a.
Well, and they already have, like, they have James Conner and Tyler Algier, which is, it's all right, but, like,
pretty good. It's not great, but you
I
need
just
an
didn't see
offensive
the
lineman.
need.
You need defense help. You need to possibly replace Kyler Murray because who knows if he's playing next year.
Like, but Jeremiah Love might have had some great, like, runs and
Or is he?
numbers.
Wait, no, he's signed in Minnesota, didn't he? Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray's in
Yeah, he's
Minnesota,
gone.
yes.
Never mind. He is gone.
Yeah.
Who's
Well,
your quarterback?
I mean,
in
Love has
Arizona?
talent. He won the Doak Walker, but, like, at the end of the day, like, he's on Notre Dame. Like, Notre Dame doesn't play anybody. And he has all these, like, highlight reel runs.
versus nobody.
Yeah, versus nobody. He's like, oh, he goes 98 yards against Indiana back last year. Indiana was not the monster last year that they are this year. Or he had that one run against, well, the one where he fought off like 6 guys to score. It was in the playoff.
What
I think it
bowl
was-
game was it?
It was the Penn State game, I think.
Of course it was.
When oh yeah, you're a Penn State fan. Aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, when they went to the final, he shrugged off like 6 guys and got his way in. Like, okay, that's great, but like, again, Penn State, like, is that really the best playoff competition? I mean,
I feel like, Penn State only got that far because they played like a very
well, they got to
mediocre-
play
SMU.
Boise State. Like,
Yeah, they
come on
didn't
now.
play like any playoff teams, I would say. They just played like 2 very easy teams, and then when they played actual competition, they folded.
Yeah. So three key things to happen in the draft. We all have question marks about. But I guess that'll conclude that. We'll talk a little bit more draft next week after the full completed thing goes. See how the Cowboys keep doing. See how the Chiefs keep doing. Everything like that. Well, let's shift Sean out. Get Alex in here.
Yeah,
talk
get
a
out,
little
Sean.
baseball. Some other things. Sean, if you want, you can just pick that up and move it all the way out. There you go.
That's a
So
good
you can
idea.
fully get up and get Alex in here. There we go.
So I didn't drop anything this time.
Well, nobody knew until you said it.
Time to start the show. Had to reuse that joke since the episode got cut. Sorry.
I don't think they heard that. It
No.
was off the mic.
Sorry. Time to start the show. Hope y'all heard that. Had to reuse it.
Bad joke both times you tried to
I think
use
I
it.
think it works both times. I'm gonna think 100% hit rate.
I think it's
You know
it's
what
a
doesn't have a
solid-
100% rate? The Bets.
the Texas Rangers.
The Texas Rangers.
Hey,
Hey, they played
since-
well last night.
Since we last recorded, they have won 2 games.
Hey.
Undefeated since we talked
0
about
and
the
12,
Let's go
2 and
Mets.
12. Sorry.
undefeated since we brought up the losing
Let's
streak.
go Mets.
Yep.
Let's go. No.
So
Still. Oh no, not the bottom
Hey,
of
you're
the
out of the
division
not
anymore.
the bottom division.
The
The
Phillies.
Phillies
the Phillies
down
are
there.
the new talking point.
Yeah, the Phillies saw the 12-game losing streak and said, "Watch this," and they're gonna match
Hold
it.
my beer.
Yeah,
Hold
so
my
it's
beer.
a race to the bottom right now, and The Mets can't even win that, so that's great.
Kansas City also racing down there, which is a shock.
They're in their own kind of realm right now, where like they are by far the worst team in the AL. Like with the NL, usually NL most stacked division. This year, the NL kind of sucks outside of the Padres and Dodgers. I feel like.
What are you talking about? You got 4 or 5 teams.
Atlanta's 18-8. Like,
I do not
that might not be
Atlanta's
sustainable.
18-8.
I do not trust any
Cincinnati's 16-9. Chicago 16-9.
I do not trust
San
any team
Diego
in the Central. Any team in the NL Central, I do not trust.
I don't trust the bottom 3.
I don't think the Brewers are anything this year. Pirates, I feel like that offense is not going to be the same.
No.
Like even once Connor Griffin finally figures it out, I don't think it's going to be that great of an offense.
No, it's too inconsistent.
Cardinals, I don't see them sticking up there either. I mean, they got a lot of young talent, but that
I'm going to tell everything you said to Selke, so
Yeah.
he gets.
Selke's not here anymore.
Yeah, and then Chicago, I just don't. I mean, maybe they make the playoffs. They're not making any noise in the playoffs, though.
No.
And then Cincinnati,
Who's on the rotation for the Cubs?
Cade
Justin
Horton?
Steele? Cade Horton? No, Horton's out for like a year, I think, something like that.
Oh.
Pretty sure he just had a huge
I can't.
surgery.
I haven't been following a whole lot
They got
of
one pitcher I
MLB.
can name. That's it.
They have they don't have Hendricks anymore. He retired.
Well, he was terrible before he retired.
Edward
to be
Cabrera.
fair.
There we
Yeah.
go. They have Edward Cabrera.
That's the one guy I could name.
Yeah, I mean he's been good, but you kind of need more than one
Okay, here
good
let's
pitcher.
look
I feel like
at
to
it.
last, especially in a division that has.
It's pretty good. So you've got Cabrera who's been really good. Imanaga's always been good.
He was not good last year.
Tyone's kind of he's there. Assad's not good. Matthew Boyd has been good in the past, but
I think
he's just not good.
Well, because with Matthew Boyd, it's like, yeah, he had a really great ERA, but when you saw his stats, it's like, was he that valuable, though? It's
Yeah.
like you're getting 4 to 5 innings of pretty good baseball, and then once it got to playoffs, it's like, oh.
His calling
little
card's always
lucky.
been like the good strikeout numbers. So he's always
Yeah.
been great at that. But other than that, I mean, it's not very. I think what's super funny is like you've got all these and then you just have athletics. Like I feel like that's really sad, personally. But I don't know why they couldn't just have a city name. Like it just looks super weird.
Because John Fisher's a weird owner.
Yeah.
They don't want to highlight the fact that he's playing in a AAA stadium.
Well, everybody knows it. I mean, it's if you put all the stadiums next to each other and you ask to name the AAA one, they're gonna pick that one.
You're not
10 times out of 10.
You're not picking. I can't even make a joke. I can't think of another like crappy ballpark.
I know they're all
Tropicana?
yeah,
Not
but
great.
there's not a
It doesn't
dome.
look AAA.
There's
though.
Yeah,
not a
it's just
dome
not a
of
good
minor
stadium.
league stadium. They're all outdoors. Like
Yeah.
that's too much work for a.
That's why we
a
should
minor
get
league
some
park.
minor league dome stadiums.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
Rough Riders could pull it off. It's not a huge stadium.
Yeah, but they're pulling in 1,000 people a night, if that.
It
They get
gets
massive
hot.
crowds when a Ranger
You
is
gotta
playing
rehab.
in Frisco and the Rangers are off or something like that. Like say, like Evan Carter's on a rehab assignment.
Yeah, the annual Josh
Um,
Young stint.
Death
Something like
taxes
that.
and
They
those
can get
two
a
rehab.
massive crowd for that. They can get a massive crowd if they give away something World Series related.
Yep.
And they can get massive crowds on like the 4th of July, Memorial Day, those kind of days. Outside that, they get 1,000 fans in that
I
ballpark.
enjoy Rough Rider games.
I enjoy them. I
think
work them,
the
but
the food's too expensive. But like
it's
outside
the
of
same
that,
price as the Rangers.
I'm always able to get a baseball somehow. I mean, you don't have very much competition, but I caught a couple from it was like warming up. The guy that was starting, what's the guy's name? He's not. He looks kind of like you. He's on the Rough Rider. I can't think of his name, but he's like the young.
Choose your words carefully here.
He's the young pitcher on the Rough Riders.
Rosario?
No. Isn't he gone now? It was like Sanchez or something. I can't remember.
There's like 3 Sanchez's on the
Winston Santos.
Winston Santos
Yes.
is no longer on the Rough
Okay, that
Riders.
last
we
year
traded
when
him with the Merrill Kelly trade, right?
Yes.
last year when I
I want to see if he looks like me. No.
That's what I remembered.
No.
I thought he looked like you.
Winston Santos? No, not. He doesn't really look like
Anyway,
I mean,
but
Alex. Alex is a little too skinny.
he was
for,
the one that was starting
Winston.
the game I went to, and he was nice enough to throw me a ball. So that was like highlight of my week right there.
There you go. I really like what the Rough Riders have done with their bullpen area. They redid, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
cool.
like walk up and watch. It's actual stands now behind it.
Yeah,
It's even better. I like it. They're
It's
like
a
these
great
like
view.
bar stadium
yeah.
seats kind of thing. I dig it out there.
I got to watch the game I was at. Chris Martin was rehabbing. Like, granted, I'm not a
Chris Martin's always rehabbing.
not a big
Yeah.
fan of that, but it was just cool to see a big league pitcher go out there and just let it rip, and it's like it's right there. I mean, I don't feel like you get that kind of view at any other stadium because you're like right above him, right? Because like
If you're like down the lines in Chicago or something like that,
Yeah.
you could get that same view.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but to be like right on top, yeah.
Yeah.
There's not many major league ballparks that you could do that in.
Yeah, or the Red Sox, that one you're right there basically, right?
Yeah, anybody see the weird thing? The Yankees complaining about
Yeah.
trash being thrown in their bullpen, yet you can't find a single video of trash being thrown into
it
their
was like a
bullpen.
clickbait video. It was like Cam Schlitter was warming up, and it was like, oh, they threw trash. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's the Section 10 podcast.
Where's the
Great
trash?
podcast.
I don't see the trash here.
Yeah, it's
Just making it up.
It was a bait tweet or whatever because it was the
Yeah.
Section 10 podcast, which
MLB
is
facts, you know about
Yeah.
facts, yeah.
the Section 10 podcast is the Section 10 is the center field section.
Oh, really?
That's always like covered up unless it's the playoffs and they open it up. There in Fenway. That's their good podcast if you want to listen to other sports podcasts that aren't the Press Box.
This is the best one, though.
Yeah,
Right.
sure. Yeah. That one real good if you're a Boston fan to listen to everything like that.
Yeah.
They were talking about that. They're the ones that put that tweet out there about throwing stuff in the bullpen,
Yeah.
which is weird.
But going back to the Cubs, what has happened with Pete Crow Armstrong? Because, like,
I don't think he was ever that good.
had one really good first half, and like, all right, sign him for, what was that contract extension? It was like 8 years?
I think it's 10.
10 years, and it's like, I don't see him batting over a 750 OPS.
Well,
at
how
this
about
rate.
the Pirates and what they did with their
Griffin.
young kid
Griffin? I mean, with
with Griffin?
Griffin, like those kind of extensions, because I think the A's did
Because
that.
what he had a 3-hit game and they signed him to a 12-year
Wasn't it-
deal or
wasn't
something
it
like that.
before the season
he
even started.
played.
It was like the earliest someone's gotten signed
And
without
they
even
did
playing a game.
didn't the Tigers do the same with their guy?
Yeah, with McGonagall.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a big trend, but I think it's not the biggest risk because at the end of the day, it's making about the same as if they would in arbitration once they get like to an average major league level.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's adding is like the 1 to 2 extra years, which if they do pan out, that is saving you like $20 to $30 million in 8 years.
I think the Rangers need to get Langford
I
locked
think they
up.
waited too long to
Yeah.
be able to get a good like value extension out of
Like
him, and
he
also
hasn't had his like huge breakout though, so
but
you could
it's
still
hard
probably
to see
get
like
him.
what that breakout, because like I want to say that he has that MVP talent, but also when you look at like all his underlying metrics and it's like you see the really bad whiff rate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Or
concerning
just
because like
watching strikeouts down
yeah,
the middle.
he has a really great like he's very conservative most of it is at bats, and he's also elite on defense, but also he's missing 40 to 50 games a year.
Yeah.
And he is probably one of the worst pitchers when it comes to just hitting a fastball down the middle, which is a weird thing to have as a weakness.
And like he's got a beautiful swing. Like I love his swing. It's when he connects, it's super satisfying to watch, and he has a great hit tool in him. He doesn't know how to use it correctly. I feel like it's frustrating. Like I was hoping he would be like MVP caliber, close to it by now, but he hasn't had a season over 800 OPS yet. Like I think they should have locked him up by now because you could have gotten him on cheap, and then like down the line he could turn into a great player, and you've got him locked down. But you've got the Savant page. Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
pretty
the
blue.
walk rate has been terrible.
Yeah.
The K rate, whiff rate, chase rate has been really bad. I mean, when he hits the ball, he is squaring it up. It's like similar to like Murakami. I think that's like big thing with Murakami is that he has not hit it a lot, but when he does, it's almost always gone.
Yep.
So that's a good trade-off to have. The base running and fielding is obviously a huge plus, but I think with someone who has like you kind of expect a little more offensively by now.
Yeah. Well, he's on the IL again, so maybe he'll maybe not figure it out, but that'll be a nice reset because he hasn't been very good this year.
He'll have a rehab assignment in Frisco, and I'll get to watch him.
They'll get the attendance will go up.
Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully we'll have that dome ready.
Do y'all know of the new guy that pitched last night? It was
Peyton Gray.
I was scrolling Instagram.
30-year-old first ever start.
It was like, oh, he made his debut. I'm like, who is this? I've never heard of him.
Yeah,
the Rangers have a really bad, like, go down to Round Rock and just leave you there.
Yeah.
Like, they know who they want, and they don't use AAA like a lot of teams use AAA.
Yeah.
They use AAA as we want to keep you in the organization just in case.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not like we want to have you on our ball club. If you
where the Michael Hellmans go.
Yeah, if you go to Frisco and go to Arlington, like Frisco to Arlington is your pathway. If you get sent to Round Rock, you might as well be like, well, guess I'm not.
Yeah.
Guess I'm not making the big league squad.
Ezekiel Duran kind of because was he sent down there for like a rehab or was he just bad?
I think he was just demoted.
Okay, yeah, and I mean he made his way back up and he's been all right.
I'm exaggerating a little bit because Langford, Carter, Ozuna, all those guys got sent to AAA before they got their major league call up. They wanted to make sure they could hit
Walcott spent like half the
better
season
pitching and stuff like that because AA pitching is garbage.
Yep.
Because a lot of times guys are struggling with command issues, so you really can't see what guys can actually do in AA because they're not seeing good pitches in the zone. But the history of the Rangers is if you're of a certain age and you stay longer than, say, 3 or 4 weeks, you're stuck in Round Rock for a long time.
And I mean, it makes sense because like you have all these players in a minor league system, and they're essentially competing for one roster spot. So I kind of get it, but yeah, I do agree with you. It seems like there are a lot of like fringe, like I guess quadruple A kind of guys that end up there a lot, and I mean that's unfortunate, but like where are you gonna go?
I'm surprised a lot of those guys stay as long as they do. I know getting to play baseball is like your dream and everything like that, but like a minor league contract is not
it's
not that much money.
Great pay.
It's like on some of their contracts, I'm making more as a teacher, which is crazy to say because then you go look at like somebody like Bryce Harper who's making $450 million to play baseball. But the minor leaguer is making less than a teacher.
These are professionals.
Yeah.
It's pretty jarring to see. And it used to be really bad, I think.
It was even worse before the most recent CBA was signed.
Yeah.
Allowing them to do things, allowing the time to start on their contract before they actually got called up. Things like that fixed the minor league baseball some. Still didn't make it perfect, but fixed it some. But yeah. So, any other baseball takes over there?
I think the Mets are gonna go 12-win streak, just gonna fully even out. It's my hope.
Well, it looks like they're playing the Rockies.
They are playing the Rockies, so there
get a nice little jump start.
I think Peralta's gonna finally get a good start today. I mean, he hasn't had a bad. Like he's been good.
The Rockies are good. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Okay.
The fans are good.
No, I mean, they beat the Dodgers in a series. It made Dalton Rushing insanely mad, I guess. I mean, have you seen how him and Will Smith are competing for, like, the most hateable catcher in the league on the same team? It's really weird because I've always really hated Will Smith, but, man, Dalton Rushing has just raised the bar really high, like said a big, like, F-U to Young Ho Lee after he hurt himself on a slide. Called the Rockies fishy because they beat him. Like, I don't think you're that good if you're like lost 2 games, just did not know how to act, I guess. It was just really weird. I mean, he's having a great season to start the year. Like, I think he has like 8 home runs already for a backup catcher, which is absurd.
So,
man, maybe
7 home runs.
Chill a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess we'll move on to some NASCAR racing coverage that we like to do a little bit. Between the three of us, we all love our racing. F1 news. We got new rules to regulate the battery.
No more baby battery. Yay.
So depressing to say the battery is going to be better in a race car.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
I feel like this is a, like, I guess boomer take, but I hate all of like this like artificial like DRS, like power up. Like, why can't the cars just be cars and like go overtake like they used to?
I mean, I know why the DRS came around.
Well, yeah,
because the tires were so bad on the previous generation of car. But yeah, I tend to agree with you. Why can't it be like IndyCar where they just have a you have a car, I have a car.
I mean, but they do
let's see who can drive
they
better.
do have the push to pass system, right, on the road courses.
Yeah, IndyCar has the push to pass system, but it's like baby.
You get like 200 seconds of it. It's not like
it's
not
like
like
200 seconds for the whole race,
and you don't get to use it like every lap like they do basically.
Yeah. The IndyCar, you literally, it's like 200 seconds for the whole race.
Yeah.
Or like half a race or something like that.
You use a good bit of that up on the like straightaways, and like you end up using it pretty quickly if you have to make passes.
We talked about this on Wednesday. The IndyCar, if they had a better schedule and better TV deal, would surpass F1 right now because F1's cars are so bad.
Yeah.
And the TV deal going to Apple TV makes it harder for a lot of fans to actually catch the race or anything
Just
like that.
Pirate it. Wink, wink.
This podcast sponsored to you by NordVPN.
Methstreams.com.
I think saying wink, wink after saying pirating kind of defeated the purpose.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little redundant.
You can find sites to watch the race on. It may or may not be illegal.
I'm just saying it's harder for most fans
it is,
to watch the race because it's not on ESPN for free. Just the morning of the race or anything like that.
Yeah. I do agree with your
IndyCar, if they had a better schedule, could overtake them in popularity in America.
IndyCar on Fox has awful aura, in my opinion. I hate
as NASCAR on Fox.
It's just,
like they go
boring.
to a commercial with 10 laps to go at Talladega or something. You're like, anything could happen in the next 30 seconds.
They come back and like, oh, the big one has happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see a replay.
Yeah. You have to wait on a replay to see what happened at Talladega. Like, it's so dumb.
Yep.
But the F1 comes back this week, next
I just know it's Bahrain next.
I didn't see the...
I thought it was Miami.
No.
It's
Miami because Bahrain is out.
Is it this week or next week?
I didn't get it'll send me a notification. It's like race preview for the week, and I didn't get one yesterday, so I'm assuming
maybe I just assumed they were coming back because I saw everybody dressed up for something.
Yeah, it's next week, May 3rd.
Okay, well there you go. I don't even know when the races are for F1. I used to like live by the calendar F1 for a good
me too.
few years. Like I knew every race, everything like that. I know this wasn't helped by the war in the Middle East and everything.
Oh, did you guys see the news today? The Turkish Grand Prix will be back in 2027 for 5 years.
I like that.
I think it's a cool track, personally.
I like more tracks, like
I like
actual racetracks being on the calendar.
Yeah, not
I
the
don't
street
like
garbage.
them doing the street.
Unless it's Monaco.
Circuits.
Monaco might be boring, but it's Monaco. It's super cool.
It's Monaco, it's super cool, but they should make like a Monaco car or something because the car, even though they made it smaller, you can't put 2 cars next to each other in the
Schumacher
turnaround.
and Leclerc made it look kind of easy at times, but just got to have good strategy.
Yeah,
terrible.
Always be a big fan of like real racetracks on the schedule compared to like what they're doing in Spain now with that Madrid track.
The Madrid ring where it's half racetrack, half the abandoned streets of Madrid.
Yeah.
Through the abandoned neighborhoods that was literally the Grand Tour Did y'all watch that?
I watched a lot
made
of Grand Tour.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think.
They made a track in that abandoned town somewhere outside of Madrid, near the abandoned airport and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's literally where this racetrack is going.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how we're all okay with it.
I hate the street race.
Especially when they finally got Barcelona to be like a pretty good racetrack
They
again,
took
because
that
they took this
stupid chicane
really
out.
dumb chicane out.
They were the only ones that ran the chicane as well.
Yeah.
I never saw the point of that. Like,
Other than MotoGP.
nobody overtakes there. Like, what?
Well,
there was no point.
It was because
dangerous.
MotoGP did it.
Yeah.
And they didn't think the DRS would work. I don't know.
The DRS doesn't activate till you get to the straight. Though.
I'm just
I
telling
think
you what I think they were thinking.
I think I
have
was
no
saying with
clue.
how long the straight was, then having DRS is like, okay, maybe we a little too
Oh, I mean, the
excessive.
first turn is a pretty. It's a chicane. It's a pretty quick, like, swoopy.
Yeah,
ass
but it's
turn.
not like a huge like stopping point. It's a kind of we're rolling through it pretty decently.
Yeah, definitely potential for crashes.
Yeah, Miami though, I'm kind of surprised how like close the standings are. Like, I know the racing has like been terrible, but it's still a close race for the championship, which is cool. I mean,
Yeah, I like
Antonelli
it.
at
Well,
72.
we have no clue what's going to happen again because Red Bull and Mercedes were told their little trick to get it from 16 cylinders or whatever it is up to 18 because they didn't measure when the engine was hot has now been deemed illegal too. So who knows if Mercedes is going to be good. Red Bull is already struggling like crazy and they were cheating. So they'll be midfield
Verstappen
now.
in 9th place right now.
Yeah.
Just horrible.
I'm happy to see Mercedes doing good again. I hope it's not like a snooze fest where they win every race, but it might be.
Well, I don't know if they will now.
Way.
I think Ferrari might overtake them because of this trick thing they were doing.
Yeah, I hope Ferrari can make a run.
I have a sneaky suspicion next year the man who's winning a lot of these raises. What? Jeez, can't talk. Watch out. George Russell won't be with Mercedes next year.
I don't think he's gonna be with.
Where do you think he's
You think
going?
Antonelli's just gonna take number one spot, and they're like, all right,
No. You got this guy that's the best racer in the world. Really hates his team right now. Really hates F1 right now.
Russell to Red Bull.
I don't know if Russell
Are you
goes to
saying
Red Bull.
Verstappen to Mercedes? That's always been like a huge rumor, but it's never.
I think he goes.
I
next
thought
year.
Verstappen was retiring.
I think he retires before he goes to Mercedes.
No, I don't think he retires. F1's too lucrative. I think he's trying to threaten retirement to get some of the rule changes and things he wants. But I don't think he actually retires ever. He's been renting Mercedes anytime he's driving outside of F1 right now at the Nürburgring, things like that. I think he's really good friends with Toto Wolff as well.
Yeah.
His dad's really good friends with Toto Wolff. I think he ends up at Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mercedes gets the world-class driver they've always had in Lewis Hamilton. Now they have in Verstappen.
I mean, Antonelli-Verstappen duos, that's pretty crazy.
Especially since they're like best friends.
Yeah.
Like Verstappen really wants to like nurture Antonelli into being like a great driver.
And Antonelli's the point leader, so he's 19? I mean, he's already figured it out. It makes me feel so old seeing like 19 and 18-year-olds succeeding in pro sports. I'm like, that they literally graduated high school like a year before.
How do you think Beals feels?
I have.
I mean,
Oh yeah, I can't imagine how you feel. I mean, that's
feel
probably.
ancient.
I'm 30.
Well, you said it before that you feel like old. Sometimes.
I have said I feel old. I woke up this morning, my back was hurting a little bit.
completely
and
withering right now.
I didn't like it. I do feel old, but I didn't need y'all to bring up the fact that I'm old.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if I looked at you like without knowing you, I would think you're younger than 30. To be
3
honest,
full decades. That's crazy.
at least I get that going for me.
3 decades of Beals.
Yeah.
Dang.
Other racing, we got WEC. I know we kind of talked about it on Wednesday.
Yep.
Y'all weren't super into WEC because you can't watch it much, but
TNT
hey,
deal.
you can now because it's got a new multi-year deal with TNT.
We'll be watching.
Will
Le
also
Mans
be
this year.
on HBO Max, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens when Warner Brothers merges with Paramount, whether it will still be on Paramount Plus or what, but I guess we'll figure that out when it all merges, whenever they finally get that deal done. It was finally approved yesterday, so whatever. But WEC available to watch. A little hard to watch the racing because it's long.
Yeah.
6-hour races for the championships series. There's only like 10 races in WEC series as well because there's 6-hour races.
Yeah.
But the racing is super fun with the multi-class racing.
Yeah.
I wish more F1 drivers would get involved. Somebody that's going to be running a big-time car come next year is a former F1 driver in Logan Sargent.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Okay.
I think he's better than most people give him credit for.
Yeah, he got put into F1 probably a little too early.
I think he got put into F1 way too early.
I think people love to crap on him because he's like
but also Williams was so bad that year. I don't think it was really his fault.
I think people crap on him because he's American. It's like, oh, this is like a European like thing. Like you can't be good. But like I think people just what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like they shut him out. They don't give him a chance. I think he has talent. He needs a better.
That's why he's getting the main car for when Ford brings back their hypercar. First one since the 70s.
Wow.
Because they stopped running their hypercar program. It wasn't called hypercar back then. But the Ford GT was basically the hypercar, the main focus of a WEC series. They stopped running that in the 70s, haven't been back. Now they're coming back with a car to compete with Cadillac, Ferrari, Toyota, everything like that. I really hope Nissan gets on board with joining up. They run the GT3 series, but I'm hoping they come out with a hypercar soon too to compete up in that top level, the LMP2 level of WEC. That would be really cool. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, shout it out in the comments.
I understand the vocab, not as much of the meaning.
Basically, the LMP2 is like these hypercars that all are fixated at the exact same weight, but they have different engines based on the manufacturer.
Right.
They're the top of WEC. Then you have another spec series underneath that sometimes changes, sometimes doesn't, with some LMP2s kind of mixed in there, but not really.
Yeah.
And then you have the GT cars. You have GT2 and GT3, GT4. Like Le Mans, they'll have 4 series running. 24 Hours Daytona, they have 4 different series running all of the one race.
Right.
The GT cars are never going to compete with the LMP2s for speed or like overall race victory.
Yeah.
But the GT cars are closer to consumer cars. You see a recognizable Mustang or like Dodge has their Viper running around back there, a Porsche back there, anything like that. That's the GT cars. The LMP2 or above cars are the ones that look like,
I mean, they look
rocket
really cool.
ships.
Yeah, they look insane.
Yeah. So that's what you got going on there. But with us running out of time real quick, we'll move on. We'll maybe get Aiden out of here.
Oh, no NASCAR today?
NASCAR we talked about. We'll get it next week after a interesting race this upcoming Sunday. But
after
we're running out of time. We wanted to get in some WrestleMania coverage since we didn't get Wednesday's stuff. WrestleMania kind of sucked.
Not kind of. It just sucked. Night one
was really, really bad.
Yeah, worst show.
What, 38% of the show was wrestling?
Yeah, I think Cage Match
4-hour show.
Yeah, Cage Match has it at like the worst, like one of the bottom 3 shows of all time, like right up there with Heroes of Wrestling, which.
Oh wow, that's rough.
It's really bad, but just not a great show at all. Night 2 had, I think, 3 of the best matches of the night with Reigns and Punk, the ladder match, and then I think you could probably put up either McIntyre and Fatu or Dom and Balor. The matches, both of those matches.
McIntyre and Fatu were night 1.
You're right. I'm thinking of Balor and
Dominic,
which was like it was an
okay
match.
Pretty good. The only thing that wasn't good about it was labeled a street fight, and I think they got like one table involved.
I think well,
and it's because they wanted to do something outside the ring, I think.
Yeah.
And they just decided day of, call it a street fight, because it wasn't advertised as a street
until
fight
the last minute. They're
until
like,
the last second. Yeah.
I think they're just like, maybe someone's on the fence about getting a ticket, but now it's a street fight, so they're gonna drop that $500.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was somehow more extreme than the unsanctioned match.
It was more extreme than the unsanctioned match, which was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I like the storytelling that they were trying to do with the like bringing out the tools, and then McIntyre just getting reminders to a much better match in the Hell in a Cell match against Punk. That was like a cool idea, and I kind of like that idea of like bringing back that like PTSD. They didn't really go anywhere with it because the final, like when they finally used it, it was the weakest little like doink of all time. And I guess I get not wanting to.
It doesn't help too that WWE tries to save because they're PG. Save if they're going to do any blood at all.
Main event.
They save it for one particular match, usually the main event. So Cody and Orton, we're gonna get blood. Now Cody got a lot more blood than planned because his eye got all messed up.
The Punk kick was weird because it looked really bad on TV, but then they showed it. It's like, okay, no, he got him completely. It just did not look good.
Yeah, it didn't look good,
Which
but I don't think it was the punt that got him in the eye. There was a punch early in the match. That's what like swelled it shut. But that wasn't the best use of the blood because I would have used it in the unsanctioned match. And we talk about AEW all the time. AEW is not scared to have blood all across the show. I mean, we were looking for a new open for Press Box that we're going to be debuting hopefully kind of soon. And we wanted to add a little AEW in there, and we don't want to put a necessarily bloody match as part of the video. And every clip AEW has that's like a famous clip. Somebody's bleeding in it. Yeah. And it's all like, worked blood and everything, but it's still real blood.
Yeah, still. But there's definitely some matches that could have used, I mean, even in the street fight, do something. But, I mean, Night 2 overall better. I think that was by far Jade Cargill's best match in WWE, which is not saying much, but, I mean, her match with Ripley in a vacuum, giving her 10 minutes for that title match, that's fine. You don't need to give Cargill more. It just looks a lot worse when you look at the fact that no other women's match went over 10 minutes because AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch went like 7, which I thought was also really dumb for that. The fact that that's the third match they've had. This is supposed to be the big like feud ender. 7 minutes, really.
Their entrances were a combined 14 and a half minutes, and their match went 7:58.
Just ridiculous. And then Liv Morgan and Vicaire was probably the most upset I'd been.
Liv Morgan and Vicaire went 6:50. I don't know how you're even supposed to tell a story in the ring at less than 7 minutes.
No, and
they get more time on Raw.
Yeah. And I feel like it's weird because, like, it seemed like they almost didn't know they were going to have that short of time. 'Cause I feel like when you know you're going to have, like, 6 minutes of time, you got to go a little quick in the ring. But they kind of didn't. I feel like even a lot of the matches had that same issue where there was, like, no hustle to get to every big thing. It was just match starts, like, as if it's going to go 15 minutes. Oh, match is actually over. Never mind. Like, we're building something, but we're going to cut it a lot shorter than it's supposed to be.
It's like they wanted to do what they've always done with Mania. Let's give everybody that has a title or a big spot on the card right now a spot on Mania. The only problem is they're doing these things where currently the TKO era of WWE, they have a 4-hour show. And they have like 4 matches. Or 5 matches, or they have a 3-hour show with 5 matches or something. Both night 1 and night 2 had 7 matches. That's 3 more than typically they're getting. So they were cutting time, but they had so much ads too. I don't know what they were thinking.
And even
they
now,
don't do the ad thing with the B-level shows. I really this is your showcase show. The show that people that don't watch WWE want to check out. People that like wrestling but only watch a few shows a year want to check out, and you bombarded them with ad breaks.
Yeah, or the same Hulk Hogan documentary clips.
Or the same Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Look at Hulk Hogan. He's a great guy.
Great
documentary.
stand-up guy. Let's get Booker T in here to talk about how great of a guy he is.
Not a great look for them either on that, because just do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
And everything. So, yeah, not a great WrestleMania, especially when you had Darby Allin winning the championship from MJF just before it.
Yep.
And Darby put on an insane match this week, just
awesome match
after
it. Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, you got Tommaso Ciampa and Darby. Tommaso put out a thing on Instagram, I think it was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his Twitter, I don't know. That said he found a new wrestling soulmate. And I don't think they'd ever wrestled.
I don't think they have
before.
No.
Like, they kind of missed each other on the indies. By the time Darby was really getting indie heavy, Tommaso was in WWE, and it was like, what? How did they have such a good match?
Right.
Because they put on a barn burner.
I mean, I feel like
Wednesday
you give
night.
Ciampa anyone right now in AEW, they're going to have a great match, because Ciampa's one where I feel like a lot of people forget just how good he is until he's in the ring and it's like, oh, wait, he is.
He was really held back in his time in WWE. When he was told go out there and do whatever he wanted, in NXT, he had some of the best matches ever.
Yeah. I mean, they showed glimpses
like
of
that
it in the tag division, because, I mean, that last DIY run had some really great bright spots. Like, when they actually gave the tag division time, they put on some really great matches. Like, I think the ladder match sticks out. The triple threat they've had stuck out. But, yeah, I feel like they just really forgot how good he is as a solo wrestler.
And, yeah, he showed it off on Wednesday night. He showed it off in every match in AEW so far. And then we're going to have another amazing match coming up this Wednesday with Darby Allin apparently on this, like, suicidal run that he's going to go. Maybe he's going to get, like, a 5-6 week title reign.
I feel like, I don't see this going more than a month. I honestly wouldn't be surprised they give it back to MJF.
I think they will give it back to MJF.
I could see it, like, he gets his rematch just due to complaining through, like, all the, like, ways he got screwed over, quote unquote, and then have him just take on a very beaten and destroy Darby Allin, win the title.
Yeah, so Darby faced off against Tommaso Ciampa in a hard match, barely wins, but survives everything. Wins the match and Tommaso can't survive, the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah.
Probably the same thing that's going to happen versus Brody Lee. Brody Lee's going to destroy Darby, but he'll survive. Darby will do one thing to Brody. He won't survive 1, 2, 3, or Scorpion Deathlock
I
win.
wouldn't be shocked if that one goes to a time limit draw or something like
something
that.
like
Because I feel like they're really building up Brody King.
Yeah.
And the only person he's really lost to is Swerve. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense, because Swerve is one of the top 3 guys in the company right now.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe you do Andrade again, and he then barely survives.
Yeah.
But then you do MJF, and Darby's, like, gassed. And maybe you do the reverse of what happened with Darby winning.
Yeah,
you do, like, an MJF squash or something.
Yeah, I could see with Andrade, like, that being one of the last defenses, and then having something, like, have, like, mid-match Don Callis family fully turn on him. That costs Andrade the match. Because I don't think... he's another guy where I don't see them wanting to give a clean loss to, especially because they're building him up so well. I could see that being like the catalyst. Yeah, catalyst for an Andrade face turn, just because he is just so popular right now and, like, has so much momentum on his side. He's, I feel like, much bigger than the Don Callis family already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think you need him for a mouthpiece either. He sounds super cool cutting, like, the half English, half Spanish promos that he can and everything like that. He could be a mega star for, like, bringing in, especially if they're going to do more
with
like AEW in Mexico.
Yeah.
With CMLL and everything like that. He could be your top guy for a long time
100%.
if you really wanted to commit to him. Even though he's a little bit older. I think he's late 30s. But, I mean wrestlers could go to the 60s, 70s. It's really how they take care of their bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, Jericho's almost 16. He's still around wrestling.
Yeah, I feel like Andrade,
he had a really bad run there for a bit toward the end, his last year or so.
And I feel like Andrade is definitely, his moveset and his style has changed to be a lot more easy on the body. He's less luchador than he is just heavyweight wrestler.
Yeah, it's kind of like luchador Randy Orton.
Yeah, I think just very smooth in the ring, does everything really well, but can also just pull out some really great moves as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So We got another amazing AEW show coming up on Wednesday night. We'll continue talking wrestling here at the end of the press box. We're running out of time, so that will do it for this edition of the press box. We will be back, I believe, next week. I think we're going to try to, till the end of school, to make this kind of a Wednesday, right in the middle of the week kind of thing. So hopefully on Wednesday, we will see you again next week.
Yeah.